It's time for Cookies and Crime. Next up in the Zodiac Sign serial killer series is Leo. This is the story of Tsutomu Miyazaki. Trigger warning, this case involves acts towards children that might be too hard for some people to listen to. Also, sorry if I said his name wrong. Miyazaki was born August 21st, 1962 in Itsukaichi, Tokyo, Japan. He was born premature and suffered from a rare birth defect that caused his hand joints to be fused together. This prevented him in bending his wrists upwards. Miyazaki came from a wealthy family that operated a regional newspaper company. Because his parents were always busy running the business, Miyazaki was mainly raised by his grandfather and an intellectually disabled man the family hired as a nanny. Because of his deformity, Miyazaki was bullied in school, which consequently made him keep to himself. In the mid-1980s, after attending junior college, Miyazaki moved back to his parents' house and shared a room with his elder sister. Even though his family was highly influential in Itsukaichi, he expressed no desire to take over his father's job. During this time, Miyazaki became very depressed and even suicidal. The only person he felt he had was his grandfather, whom he was close to. But in 1988, his grandfather died, sending him into a deeper depression and isolating him further. Miyazaki still wanted to keep him close, so he started eating his grandfather's ashes. A few weeks later, he was caught watching his sister shower, and when she asked him to leave, he attacked her. When his mother found out, she demanded him to spend more time working and less time with his videos, so he attacked her as well. On August 22, 1988, a 4-year-old girl, Mari Kono, vanished while playing at a friend's house. Miyazaki had led her into his car and drove westward of Tokyo and parked the car under a bridge in a wooded area. He sat with her for half an hour before murdering her. He then engaged in necrophilia. He dumped her body in the hills near his home, but took her clothes. He allowed the corpse to decompose, then would come back later to remove her hands and feet to keep as trophies in his closet. He would then take the remaining bones and burn it in his furnace, ground them into powder, and sent them to her family in a box, along with several of her teeth, photo of her clothes, and a postcard. With all his victims, he would write letters to the families detailing the murders. Anytime they picked up, he would not say one word, he would just breathe heavily. Miyazaki would have 3 more victims from the ages of 4 to 7. With his last victim, he severed her hands, drank blood from it, and then ate them. Miyazaki was caught on July 23, 1989 when he attempted to take nude photos of a young girl, but he was caught by her father. When asked why he committed the crimes, he said he was inspired by the anime and slasher films that he watched. He had retreated into the fantasy world of manga as a result of his neglected upbringing. He stated that all he wanted was to be listened to about his problems, but believed that his parents were more worried about materialism than his emotional needs. Miyazaki was hung on June 17, 2008.